Welcome to Rap in Order, the interrogation of a hip-hop album, where we take some of the culture's most beloved hip-hop albums, put them on the stand, see if they stood the test of time. Now let's see who we got on the stand today. Welcome to another episode of Rap in Order. I'm First Class Regg.
I'm Taurian B.
And today, guys, we're going over a mixtape by Rick Ross. This mixtape was released in 2012. Big time for mixtapes. This one is called Rich Forever. One of my favorite mixtapes of that year. This is also one of the most downloaded mixtapes ever in that time frame. This when Dat Piff was going crazy with the releases, and when they actually were partnering up with a lot of these artists to release mixtapes exclusively through Dat Piff. This mixtape featured Diddy, 2 Chainz, Wale, John Legend, Nas, Kelly Rowland, Styles. You had a bunch of people. Drake, of course.
Yeah.
Big moment for Drake on this. French Montana, Stally, Future. A lot of big names on this mixtape. And from what I remember, this tape was actually supposed to be an album. And then he put it out. Yeah, it should have been an album. And then he put it out because, I don't know, I guess the label was probably dragging their feet or something else was happening. You know about that?
Yeah, he got hit. Him and Def Jam weren't seeing eye to eye at this time.
Okay. Yeah, so he ended up putting it out. Really favorable reviews. Everybody loved it. And it was another win for Ross. I think 2 years prior was when Teflon Don was out.
Yeah.
So he already was still riding high off that. And this was a big moment. What do you remember around this album coming out?
I remember the anticipation for this project because you got to remember in 2010 we got Teflon Don, Our Anastasia, and Ashes to Ashes, right? So like Rick Ross is at like his high, like his peak, right? And by the time that we get to like Rich Forever, by the time he gets to Rich Forever, I think Rich Forever is like he peaked, and then there's a downward decline because after that we get God's Forgiven I Don't, in 2012 as well. So Rich Forever should have been the album that came on, not for God Forgives and I Don't, but Rick Ross was like just on like a rapping tear from so I'll say 2009 it started and then it capped off in 2012. So I'll give him a 4-year run. So from that time frame, I just think that he could like do no wrong. Like his beat selection, what he was rapping about, he was fresh off of the heels of like beefing with 50 Cent and like surviving. And just showing that the way to beat 50 was just keep making great music. Right.
And he made the best music of his career during that time.
Yeah, he made the best music of his career. He had mind you, at this time, him and Baby were still cool.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
So he had some of the most powerful people in the business also fucking with him. Diddy, Baby, DJ Khaled. Like those and Jay-Z. Jay-Z always like, well, you know what I'm saying, like fuck with Ross. Like whatever. So like there was no way that he could be like blocked or like stopped in what was going on. And I just felt like this project was just like it's just like the best of that. And remember around this time, like Diddy was trying to like sign him and Nicki Minaj, and they both played him.
Yeah.
It's like they kind of like let Puff know like this ain't how it's gonna go.
Yeah,
man.
like thanks but no thanks type thing. Like yo, you a legend, Puff, but nah, we good, bro. I remember a lot about around this time frame. I think I had just started my job a few months prior. So this was like my soundtrack around that time. This and Take Care. I was playing back to back like around that time. And Ross was particularly on fire because MMG, everything that they was doing, you had Wale that was like newly on the label. You had Meek that was still like bubbling. And then, Ross and his ear for beats, I think people started respecting Ross's ear for beats around this time. Like we always knew that he was great musically, but I think around this time frame is when people started making his name synonymous with like, yo, he has an ear. He has an ear.
Yeah.
And people still say that now to this day. Because this is such a well put together mixtape. And even listening back to it, I'm like, yo, this is crazy that like this is some free music. Like he didn't charge for this. This is just.
If I'm the label, I am livid.
Yeah. Putting together a song like Rich Forever with John Legend, like the layers in that song, the production, the hook is so theatric and it's so big. And it's like.
Rich Forever is the most dramatic song in history.
It is. It is. It's a dramatic song, but it's a good listen. It really is. Well,
I just really thoroughly enjoy this project. And sometimes like I ask myself, like, this album doesn't like I love to compare. This sometimes I wonder like where does this album stand like in like the argument of say a Teflon Don, right? And like I compare it, like I'm just like damn, like, and sometimes like I'm like yeah, Teflon Don definitely had more like bangers, but as a cohesive like project, like this album like stomps out Teflon Don too.
You think so? So the only reason why I would pick out Teflon Don is because it's shorter. So this album has a lot of opportunity for misses. There aren't many misses, but it's a lot of things on here that I would trim to make this better.
I appreciate the skits, and I appreciate the like on High Definition. Like oof. I love how it's the opening with Mike Tyson talking about how like like
this is garbage.
Yeah, this is garbage.
This is garbage.
Nothing.
It used to mean something to me.
Yeah, I just thought that was just really like dope.
Yeah.
Even though like I didn't like the beat per se, Rick Ross is just doing A1 shit.
You didn't like the beat on High Definition?
Nah.
Nah? Oh man, that shit was dope. And MMG Untouchable is incredible. Even shit, going back, Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost is incredible. That's a great open. Yeah. That's peak Ross. Talking shit, Diddy talking shit. It's just amazing. Amazing.
It's great. But back to MMG Untouchable, right?
Yeah.
Like, I wish that this opened the album.
Yeah, that is a good opening. But, I mean, at the same time, Holy Ghost is a good opening, too.
It's cool, but I really think that, and it just says something because it's his brand, MMG Untouchable. Or he just kept this for a fucking MMG project. Why not, bro?
Yeah, that's true. Like, just have this as a solo joint on an MMG album.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's true. Damn, Holy Ghost, what he say? My teacher told me that I was a piece of shit. Seen her the other day, driving a piece of shit. That part was always so funny to me. But he has so many highlights on this, right? So let's start unpacking them. So first off, you got Birdman on Yellow Diamonds, which was already a big deal because considering where their relationship stands now. Do you think that his relationship with Birdman now is solely based on how he feels Birdman treated Wayne, or is there something else?
Wayne and Khaled.
Yeah. Oh, Wayne and Khaled.
Yeah. Wayne and Khaled and Wayne and how he dealt with Wayne. Okay. And the fact that he was wearing fake jewelry.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It was. I think it was based off because they were supposed to do a project together.
That would be That would be such a ridiculous project.
It would
They're
be a
both
ridiculous
so
project.
ridiculous.
I just think it's hilarious because it's like Ross being mad that he was wearing fake jewelry, right? Like, I get it, like how that could be disappointing, but like we all know Birdman ain't broke.
Yeah.
So
and also you remember when Ross was on the cover of XXL with fake LVs?
Yeah, and they came out and announced that these aren't
like
real.
we didn't make these.
Yeah, we didn't make these. So it's just like I just felt like Ross just wanted to shit on him, like by saying that. And yeah, I mean, I really do wish that like him and Birdman would like make music together still because to me, like Birdman talking shit in the background is some of the best shit that you will ever get. He's just the best, bro. Like I would love to like just walk down the street and like while I'm walking Birdman just talking shit.
Stunning little daddy.
Yeah.
In the middle of Harlem.
Yes.
Going to Haji's right now. Little daddy, we just put a stack on the table.
Tell these bitches no mayonnaise on my goddamn chopped cheese.
I see mayonnaise on and I'm slitting throats, you heard me? It's probably a terrible Birdman, but you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
Fuck him though. Fuck him is dope. With 2 Chainz has 2 big moments on this project.
He does.
Yeah.
I actually feel like he kind of stole the show on that track.
Yeah, on Fuck 'em or on the other one?
On Fuck 'em.
Party Hard is, man.
Yo, niggas. Well, number one, niggas in Atlanta. If it's one thing in Atlanta nigga like don't love more than anything, it's to say fuck a nigga.
Yeah,
fuck him and shit on like, oh my god, yo, telling you. Yeah. You wanna know what songs ring off down south a lot? The Fuck You song, the little Meek Mill's Fuck You and Cameron's Fuck You.
And is it Yo Gotti too?
No, I'm sorry, that was Yo Gotti's Fuck You and Meek has a verse on it.
Okay.
So Yo Gotti's Fuck You and Cameron's Fuck You goes off in Atlanta. They just love screaming "fuck you" to another nigga, like to another man. Like it's just, they just love to disrespect each other.
It's empowering.
Yeah, I guess.
And then around this time too was to be noted is Nas was on a bit of a run. You know, he had what's the album? Life is Good. Life is Good. Yeah. Life is Good came out this year, I want to say 2012. It came out later in the year, so this is the beginning of him showing face again. And this is a great verse. Who do you think had the best verse on the song?
Nas. But nobody gets the best out of a legendary 90s rapper like Rick Ross.
Yeah, he does.
Like Rick Ross gets like dudes off the porch. Like I can't wait till like Rick Ross works with Scarface again or some shit like that. Like,
oh yeah.
I feel like Rick Ross talks to like rappers like how a director talks to an actor and just lets them know like, listen, I just want you to pretend that is 1990 and you back in Houston, Texas.
Something.
And you just finished writing Mom's Playing Tricks with Me and Jay Prince says I need another hit.
Yo, I can see him setting that up. Ross is definitely the person that sets up exactly how he wants a song to be. Yeah. And I think that's why he needs he's about due with a full-length album with Justice League.
Yeah, man.
I think that'd be incredible.
I just think it's hilarious how Rick Ross could just sell some shit. He's like Michael Irvin. Like, it's just funny to me.
It's incredible. Bro, just off of that, I was in my bodega yesterday and I saw those Rozay cheddar chips. And I'm thinking about his interview that he just did with Complex where he's talking about them. And I almost bought them just cause. Just cause I'm like, yo, like he talks about these shits like they're incredible. Like I have to try them.
Yo, he sells it well.
Yeah, he does. He's a salesman. What else? If I had to pick some songs on here that I don't really like, the joint with Kelly Rowland is very weak to me.
I ain't need that shit.
Yeah, it's very, very weak. I like MMG The World Is Ours, but I don't really need it. That's the joint with Pharrell and Meek Mill and Stally.
Nah, that's the one I like that song. That song and the Kelly Rowland song can like kick rocks.
Yeah.
We didn't need it, and I get like he was looking out for niggas too. Mm-hmm. It's like, yo, I got you on the track with Pharrell. I might as well just put this out.
You know like, pretty much.
It was more of a look for Stally because Stally absolutely performs that shit at his shows.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he does. That and Party Hard always get fucking But it just didn't work.
Yeah. It
didn't work. Like, if you get that much star power on one track and you still can't get it out there like that means like it's not meant to be.
Yeah, I can see that too. But then he's also really good with collabs with, French Montana. And so he got 2 French Montana features on here. Mm-hmm. But the one that everybody talks about is Stay Scheming.
Yeah.
So Drake's verse on Stay Scheming. I remember when I first heard it. I remember when I was skeptical on who he's talking about because it wasn't that clear yet.
Oh, nah, it was clear as day.
Yeah, it wasn't that clear to me.
I was really into like, I was really, really into gossip columns back in the day. Nicole Bitchie. What else was it? Concrete something. I forgot.
Oh yeah, Concrete Loop.
Yeah, Concrete.
Yeah,
Loop.
that was a black one.
Yeah, so like I was like so I knew about the whole Common. Mm-hmm. Drake's
over Serena
Williams love triangle. I was like really aware of that. So for me, like it wasn't something that like I didn't catch on to. Like I absolutely knew that he was talking about this dude, and it's obvious like the way he starts it off. You know what I'm saying?
It bothers me when the gods get to acting like the broads. Yeah. That was just so like.
And Common like it just. Common did his best, man, but it's just
I think Common held his own.
Common is just too far removed. I think Common was too far removed, and he had become too well polished by then to get in the mud with Drake.
Yeah.
Like,
and Drake and the beef was just so stupid. I think Common talked about it a couple years later, like, yo, just over a girl, like he acknowledged how dumb it was. Like, yo, this is dumb. Like we're good, but
I also think that like Kanye and Pusha T put the battery in his back to respond.
Hell yeah.
Like around that time. Knowing what we know now, I know that's what happened, and they were just hyping that nigga up.
Yeah. Gotta get him. Yeah. I think Common came out with a couple diss tracks because he freestyled over this beat, and then he rapped over. He had a song called "Sweet."
Oh yeah, you wanna know what? And I ain't gonna lie, "Sweet" was hard.
Yeah,
Sweet was hard.
Sweet was hard.
That Canada Dry bar was weak as fuck.
Oh yeah, you Canada Dry. That was the Stay Scheming freestyle he did. But on Sweet, he went off. I think he had just a couple lines for him, but then at the end he starts like talking. So we all know you sweet. We all know you. Like he just started like going off.
That's what I'm saying. He started saying Joe.
Yeah.
That's how I knew. I was like, oh, he on his Chicago shit. Yeah. Joe is some fucking Chicago lingo. Okay.
Yeah, man.
But yeah,
and then also, if this mixtape don't prove anything else, it'll definitely prove how long Future's run has been.
Yes.
It's crazy. This is 2012. He has a Future feature on here, which is pretty fucking good.
Yo, New Bugatti, right?
No, yeah, he has Ring on here. New Bugatti was the joint which is Diddy.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So Ring is another one where I just didn't care for.
Yeah.
I didn't care for that one, but I just wanted to talk about New Bugatti.
Okay.
So I was in club. I've attended Club Live while New Bugatti was ringing off, and it's one of those songs. When you hear it, you actually just want to make sure like you're taking it all in. DJ, there's a DJ in Miami called DJ Stevie J, not associated with the Stevie J from the Hitman, the producer of Love Hip Hop. So, like when I tell you like that song, New Bugatti like goes off, like it's just like a different kind of feeling because it's like all this like confetti is coming from everywhere. It's just like ridiculous. Like it's so over the top. It's like a Dave Chappelle skit. Like it's just like all the confetti is going everywhere. Like you got people coming out buying bottles, getting sparklers. You got all these dudes in there like spending ridiculous amounts of money, like months worth of rent. Like you just think about it, like all the shit that's just being like thrown around in there, like just carelessly, and people are just in there just having a good time. Like I'll never forget it. Like we went. It was for my boy L's birthday, and like they played this song, and it was fucking mayhem, man. We had such a great section too, man. Shout out to those friends, man. It was fucking great. I'm just saying it was great. It was great to experience that and still know like I'm broke. Yeah, I'm with some motherfuckers that got money, and this is great.
And this is just we living it up in this moment.
Just celebrate.
Yeah. Nah, I feel that. But like this one also, but the new Bugatti on this, listening back, it also reminded me about how Diddy was trying to make Bugatti Boys a thing. Like really, really a thing.
He always trying to have like a crew.
Yeah.
It was Goodfellas. You know, it was Bugatti Boys, Ciroc Boys. He always trying to have some boys.
Bugatti Boys. Yeah. It's like, and it just didn't catch on like that. Yeah. Nobody is saying that shit. Unless it's some shit we don't know about.
You know why I didn't catch on? Because everybody can't have a fucking Bugatti. At least with Ciroc, like everybody like, okay, I can buy some. I drink Ciroc. That's my drink. Like Bugatti Boys, like that's really hard to attain.
Bugatti Boys.
Yeah, you gotta make it more realistic, like BMW Boys or something like that. Like, all right,
you know, Land Cruiser Boys.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Like, you gotta make it attainable, man.
But I think what else on here? King of Diamonds was also a highlight for me.
Strip club song. Right
there. You know, you need that. Ross is good for those.
That's very true.
But like, and he's so good at those that sometimes some of these moments on this mixtape can feel a little dialed in, because it's so easy for him to just do. Beat Billionaire, I haven't really heard much from them. I feel like they only worked with Ross and then he disappeared.
Yeah, some producers like you just don't hear from them like, at all.
I wonder what Lex Luger's up to.
Right?
Man,
interesting.
Lex Luger was kind of pigeonholed around this time.
He was. Kanye, I feel like Kanye stole all his powers.
Yeah. Kanye was like, yo, make this. All right, cool. All right, yeah, we got it. We don't need you.
All right, I feel that way. This like I said, this was a solid project for me. And like I really, really like it. And I'll say that out of the 20 tracks, I'll say that 14 are really good.
That's a high percentage.
Yep.
That's a really high percentage. I would say, I'll say 15.
Okay.
I'll say 15.
You got a higher percentage than me.
Yeah, I'll say 15 are good. There's some joints on here that I'm just like, and it's not even the ones that are not. The only one that I can say is just not good is the one with Kelly Rowland. I don't like that at all.
Kelly Rowland, that one is just not good. There's another one that I just did not like. Ring Ring is really bad. And I don't. Yeah, it's just I'm not a fan of that shit.
Keys to the Crib is pretty good with Styles.
I don't like Keys to the Crib.
Nah,
that's the other one I was looking for.
Keys to the Crib.
I like Keys to the Crib. Opposite way.
With Styles, and it just reminded me too. Styles, did you see that Styles just announced he's retiring?
I don't believe that. I'll call Eric. I'm gonna call Eric and Jeff to find
I
out.
believe him.
I don't believe it.
I believe him only because he has a lot of shit he's doing outside of music now. Like, health. He's on a huge health kick, super healthy. He has a bunch of different stores, and he has one in Yonkers. He has one in the Bronx. I can believe how he can be. I think he said he has like maybe 2 more albums, and then he has an album that he's gonna release with the Locks. He has one more Locks album, but he said he's good. He said he's chilling.
There's no reason to announce retirement, bro.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
Just do it. Off the Boat should have been like a single.
Yeah, the only single from this album
is Stay Scheming.
Yeah. From this tape, rather. Yeah, Stay Scheming is the only single.
Yeah.
People weren't that good at marketing mixtapes back then, though.
Yeah.
They just didn't they didn't push shit out the way they were supposed to.
That's true. I just think that as far as Stay Scheming, it was a Drake feature, so like that's why like that one was so like it had to come out, like, and it just couldn't not. I think it was requested so much also. Yeah, and then the controversy behind it
also fueled it. So he almost didn't need to release anything else because it was so popular.
Well, yeah. Also remember, Kobe Bryant and Vanessa Bryant were going through problems at that time.
Yeah, that bar aged terribly.
Yeah, because at that time, like, if I'm not mistaken, I think that Kobe and Vanessa were like, they were contemplating divorce.
Yeah,
and so it was basically saying like, because when you get married in the state of California, like, pretty much like the women get everything. Like, shit, you're screwed.
And so like we
was finding like we was like learning like, yo, she's gonna get all of this fucking money from this man. And
she was there from the jump.
And like I remember like Kobe was at like a signing and like fans were like saying, "Bitch, you wasn't with me in the gym." Yeah. Because remember they were in the Olympics that summer. And,
yeah.
Like, we would see pictures of Kobe like with mad women and shit. I'm like, yo, Kobe really living life. But I guess like he went home and like got shit straight.
Yeah.
And like that shit like wasn't like a thing anymore. Like people had to like I think like Drake and Kobe had a conversation about it. Like
I think I heard about them having a conversation.
Yeah, like but like that was like really like a moment, like a thing though. So yeah, that bar definitely didn't age well. And it's crazy because like no matter what, a DJ knows to cut it off and let the crowd scream that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even hear this song anymore though. Nobody
not no
anymore.
More. But She Wasn't With Me Shooting in the Gym is absolutely a part of the American like dialect now. Like that's like a what do you call it? Like when it's like a saying or something like that. Like that's absolutely like a quote that like people just use. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. That's man. All right. Well, let's get to the broken promises that Rick Ross promised us on this.
Okay.
So you have a few. So like what he did with this tape, you have some moments here, not only just skits, but then toward the end of it, you have an interview with Shaheem Reed, the legendary Shaheem Reed, conducts an interview with Rick Ross, where he's basically talking about what he's going to look forward to in his career, what he has going on, what he has coming next. And one of the things he says is, "Oh man, I got this project coming with MMG." So we got that. He says, "God Forgives I Don't" is going to be his best album yet.
We got that, but it wasn't.
He announced YOLO.
Yeah.
YOLO, You Only Live Once, the album that was supposed to come with Drake. Never got that.
We did get what, like 5 songs from that project, I think?
I don't think we got any songs from the project. We just kept getting songs with them together.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's just a lot of things that I want to say I believe that he was coming out with. They just never saw the light of day. And I want to know why. You know? I don't know why YOLO never came out. It feel like it should have came out after this.
It does. I feel like it was more like a label thing. I think that's probably also another reason why he got beef with Bird. I guarantee you, Birdman stopped that shit. Same way Birdman stopped I Can't Feel My Face. And it's weird because it's like, they were Ross and Ross Santana are both Universal, and so is Birdman. So it could have worked out, but I just feel like Birdman was like, nah, I need like 80%.
Yeah. Damn, yeah. You're right. I didn't tie that back to him.
Yep.
I could see that happening.
Yeah, man. I could see Ross like just being like upset, like yo.
Because Ross is aware of the kind of money he'd be getting with Drake.
Yeah.
You know?
And I feel like Birdman is too, and that's why he told them.
Yeah, he said, "Nah, I need in.
I need in, Playboy.
I need in on that." But yeah, I think overall this project really, really delivers. I think Ross is probably kicking himself because he didn't capitalize off of it the way he wanted to. Of course, he went on to drop great albums after this, but I think this one in particular always gets looked at as being a special moment in his career, as with Teflon Don and Deeper Than Rap. This falls in line as being one of them ones that he doesn't want, and I don't know why it's not on streaming. I feel like it should be on streaming at this point. It's one of the highlights in his catalog. I wouldn't imagine this is all original content, so I wouldn't imagine that he has clearance issues.
I really truly think it was just the issue with the label, and he just said fuck it, and then got a bag from that Piff and just put it out like that.
Yeah, I could see that too. But it has so many accolades on its belt. I mean, but it's all like on the street level. I mean, he has, he got some recognition from Complex. He got some recognition from Rolling Stone for it being one of the best albums of 2013 and 2012, whenever it came out. But it could have went a lot further for him. A lot further. But overall, I'm happy with what we got. I'm comfortable giving this a 4.5. What do you say?
I'll give it a 4 out of 5 waffles.
Okay. And why is that?
Because the project, even though like I do think like, is just a better, it's too long. As far as like that goes. Like, yeah, like I said, like some people might be like, what you just said, you think it's better than Teflon Don. I think it's better than Teflon Don, like cohesively. But I understand that Teflon Don had like bigger songs. And I think that Teflon Don did more for his career than this project did.
Absolutely.
And I think that this project, it just wasn't handled properly. And it's like, that's just the things that just go against it. But yeah, I can say 4 out of 5 waffles. So, and I hope that you guys are okay with that too.
they ain't got no choice. I mean, it's your decision.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'm comfortable giving it a 4.5 because so much, you can tell how much thought went into this. With the exception of the 5 songs that I said. There's so many tracks on here. You got 20 tracks on here, so you risk it being very bloated off of it. Yeah. But it manages to work so well, and he works so well with these artists that are on here. It's such a superstar lineup that it's almost criminal that this was a free project, completely free. Back when all you had to do was go to a website and just hit download, and it just goes to all your shit.
We should have sued that man.
Yeah, it just goes to download. You kick your free project off with some shit talking from Diddy, some high class shit talking from Diddy. You got Birdman, you got John Legend, you got Nas. Like, it's just the way that this flows. it flows so incredibly well that it's, like I said, it's almost criminal. And then the production you got on here, and then the way that Ross was rapping, like the pockets that he was able to hit with this, incredible. Big moments on this. I'm comfortable with a 4.5. I say, you find, I just so happen to still have it on all of my devices. But I say, if you haven't listened to Rich Forever, you should definitely tap in and go. I mean, maybe it's still on that.
It's still on that Piff. But I had to re-download it. I was shocked that I didn't have it. But
so that Piff or My Mixtapes is a good one. Yeah. I say you guys just tap in, or shit, even SoundCloud. I'm First Class Regg.
And I'm Taurian B.
And we out of here.
Catch you next time.
Dun dun.